But let's give ourselves some buoyancy, fly across this lava. And I'm going to start exploring from this end of things just to see how it goes. Regardless, our only way back out to the normal dungeon is a super lucky teleport. So why not let things explore a bit, even let ourselves explore a bit, get through a bit more of the dungeon. And, I feel like I should be using my sword here. It's not on range, buddies. Back into our little escape tunnel. Let's use the sword as well. Hopefully manage to kill off enemies a wee bit faster that way. Looks like it at least. Anaconda, I don't want none. Please leave. Oh wow, did they listen? Did they respect my wishes? Let's head back up this way. We're not scared or anything. We just wanted to wait around this corner for 5 or 6 turns, something like that. And nobody noticed. Please, please, please. Unexplored territory, but I'm sure there's nobody there. No enemies. Okay, fine. We're gonna have to fight here. Oh, crap. Anaconda, get out of here. Can I fight you with my sword, maybe? One-on-one? Ooh. Still a lot closer than I would like. Salamander, sir, could you please back off if you could be so kind? Thank you. Okay, let's try this. Please, just let me see the exit one more time. Oh gosh, that was a different anaconda that we just fought and killed? No, I was relying on that. Ooh. Condenser vein is incredible. You're gonna kill me though, I feel. Dang it. Tried to get a sneak attempt on this bad boy. Sorry, I keep opening and closing this, but I realized that I'm opening it, not really reading anything, just kind of going through the motions of scanning with my eyes. You're not weak to anything. That's fantastic to know, exactly what we're open for and all that. You are resistant to poison, right? Yeah, shucks. And so, what is the best option at our disposal? Wand of Acid has what chance to hit? Just over 50% chance to hit. We're also not wearing poison resistance anymore. Right, we wore a Ring of Flight. Let's change that, shall we? Switch over to poison resistance before something horrible happens. I guess you're not poisonous. Never mind. How embarrassing and silly of me. Let's try the acid wand first. It's doing okay. This is way too risky facing that buddy just in straight up combat, but felt like it was our only real option there. Can use his hidden room to heal up as well. Jeez Louise. So this, no wands of digging, right? No wands of digging indeed. So off we go. Back into the great unknown. Dang it. Why'd you have to wake up right as I switched to my dagger? Oh, you suck, you snake. If anyone was wondering why the prolonged S's at the start, it's not because I was stumbling over my words or anything like that. Of course not. It's simply to respect the language of the snakes. Okay, a jewelry store here. Do have some resist fire stuff, which is definitely useful for other places. A Ring of Seeing Invisible is hugely useful. Let's see what these other shops got, eh? Maybe a couple more vocables, a phantom mirror. That always comes in handy, I like that. And finally, yet another jewelry shop. We have an invisibility ring with RN on it. Not fantastic for an artifact. And what else? Maybe just not much for me in general here. Don't need the resist corrosion thanks to our cloak and regeneration. I'm not sure how that hits for us or how effective that is. So I guess I will buy a See Invisible ring, as it were. And do we wish anything from here? like all of these evocable stuff can come in handy, for sure. Drop the Scroll of Amnesia here, and then let's go Phantom Mirror. It's the most straightforward for me at the very least. And okay, that's a slightly better start to the fight with this Anaconda. Apparently we are just barely okay fighting them one at a time. But even having a second one just standing behind giving moral support to the first made it impossible for us to kill even one of them. I don't know, it's a strange situation all in all. Okie dokie. Start the fight and then immediately run away because that commotion is going to bring the rest of the snakes, I believe. Maybe not, maybe we were just barely quiet enough. Oh gosh, we're being surrounded is not what I was looking for here. Let's retreat into the hallway. Oh me, oh my. Why can I not fight a single anaconda if it has friends even just remotely nearby? I guess when we're constricted, we probably lose out on a bunch of evasion. So that definitely plays into it at the very least. Let's see, nothing here comfortably gets me free completely. Am I dead in one hit though? Because it would be nice to potentially lay on some hurt before we pop out of here. Let's get some clouds going. Unfortunately, mostly poison clouds, so that's not great. Oh wait, you're not resistant to poison. Oh, heck yeah, buds, you're gonna be confused. So then I run? Oh no, this isn't super useful either. Where do I go from here? What's the plan? I mean, hey, maybe with the confusion, the Anaconda will keep getting mixed in with those buddies. Apparently not. Apparently the Anaconda is going to follow us perfectly, even through the confusion. Get out of here, bud. Let's hide in our little cubby, though. Oh man, how long have we spent in just turns here? Zot's gonna kill us if we're not careful. Well, especially since, oh, we can't even just go down one floor. We have to go down 2 floors in order to gain more turns on that. That's unfortunate. Let's do our best not to die to Zot. If we could, that would be lovely. I think we can take this fight now that we're splitting people off on their own. Maybe. Let's use my click moves so that I don't accidentally double move somewhere stupid. Again, I'd appreciate it if just the single Anaconda came at us, but apparently it's just not possible. Mad sprint, mad sprint. Oh my gosh, we've done it. We finally escaped that painful process. I apologize to viewers even, because that was absolutely brutal, just being caught in there. But with our new freedom, we finally have a ring of Seeing Visible, and I think I'm ready to just head back out to the main dungeon here. Is there anything we were looking out for on D13 in particular? Doesn't look like it from annotations. I'm sure I've forgotten plenty of things though. So let us head to D12, shall we? See if maybe after our ridiculous experiences in Snake, we maybe have come to new terms with our abilities. Let's try it out. Okie dokie. Guess we can even just head straight to one of these other stairs, right? This one here. Let's switch over to our Ring of Seeing Visible. Show the unseen horror what's what. Oh, apparently they left. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, perfect. Not too shabby. I also didn't realize that that was the vault's gate there that we fought through at some point. Not too shabby. The Manticore also almost killed us last time, but as long as we don't let them come into melee range, shouldn't be in quite as troublesome of a predicament. Jeez Louise. stuck with barbs, so no chance of taking advantage of that stun status. But now let's switch over to the dagger and get stabbing, shall we? Perfect. Also, a rapier. Oh my gosh, we might have done it. A bit too late. We've kind of fully switched over to long blades here. Let's check it out, see what we get. Yeah, unfortunately, Venom is not a fantastic brand, even for the rapier here. Oh well, unfortunate. But again, not too much of a loss, just seeing as how we've already kind of committed to that change. But here goes. Okay, we're back up to having a decent number of turns on our Zot clock. Whoop whoop. Okay, Boulder Beetle. No idea how this fight goes. I expected it to go a lot worse, honestly. I don't know how he made it through that. I guess them not being resistant to electricity means that their AC doesn't help too much with that specific side of things. And here we have 3 Orc Priests who might be slinging down smites on us, but I think we should be okay. Not too many pole arms in the room, which is solid. Definitely something that we need here. Whoops, Rampage Step kind of messing me up just a wee bit there. Yeah, let's hit you with the Wand of Ice, shall we? Get a few of you in a single blow there. This is a wee bit scary just because of the Mighted Orc Warrior with the Trident who's attacking us at the same time as the Knight. Ouch. In fact, it's worse than I even thought it was there. Let's run away, shall we? Back the way we came, hoping that we random energy. Oh me, oh my, what an adventure. They're at least not mighted anymore, so that does take off a lot of the potential damage regardless. Do I go through the chute here? I think I still get hit even with one-way chutes. So the only other options would be fully committing consumables to the deal, or I guess that's it, right? Something about me is just so risk prone that all I want to do is hop up the stairs, cross my fingers, because we won't die. 14 health. An average of probably like 10 to 14 damage on this buddy. What's the worst that could happen? And we did it. Okie dokie. Fortunately, it does seem like we blocked the one attack that came our way, and then the mysterious force pulling us upward and saving our butt. Undeservedly, of course, but I'll take whatever help we can get. And that does mean I can now hop down here at full health, rear in for some revenge, as it were, and take out those bad boys. Jeez Louise. And see, there we go. That's kind of what I want to be seeing in every fight. If we could just mulch our way through everyone as they doze off, I'd love that. That's the kind of stress-free environment that I'm going for in life, as I pretty much accidentally kill an 8-headed Hydra with Tab. What is this run? I struggle constantly with so much of or so many of the monsters that we encounter throughout. And all of a sudden, we've just turned into a god who decides that it's nothing to one-shot kill an 8-headed Hydra. I mean, sure, they were asleep, but still a lot of brains or hearts to pierce, no matter how you slice that one. But we've now at least gotten this craziness streamlined into a bit more standard of a fight situation. Keeping the demonologists and their demons far away from us, which is solid. No complaints there. Okay, can I do it again? Dang it. I wanted to show off again. 5-headed Hydra. Wanted to see how many Hydras we could slay in one blow here today. But alas, alack, I'll have to wait for another day there. to break the records for Hydra hiding. Oh, the Hydra doesn't see us. That's unfortunate. Hydra pal, if you could be so kind. Okay, so this Hydra dies first. Heck yeah. Perfect. And then, I feel like I just have to kind of fight these buddies the old-fashioned way. Jeez Louise, that Hydra only had 4 heads. It's the strongest Hydra we've had to face in quite some time here. Rough stuff. Let's read the scroll of identify, get a couple more of these potions ticking up here. I guess, potions of degeneration, I think I've been carrying those around for like the entire game. It was in one of the first couple floors of the dungeon that we panic identified those. Okay, we found the other door to the fire dragon. Close that off. Perfect. Not too shabby. Yeah, it seems like we fluctuate in this run back and forth between no worries whatsoever, just able to tab my way through countless strong enemies, to all of a sudden on the flip side of that, getting dangerously close to death constantly. So, if nothing else, an adventure is definitely how I would describe this one. Okay, let's head up the stairs with our ogre friend and our orc friend, as it were. Heal up a wee bit before we face our fears in the mighty fire dragon. I guess if we use Sling of Ice, are you weak to cold? You are susceptible to cold. Let's try this out. It's not going great already. Not horrible though. We head over this way, start heading towards the trapdoor. Ah, you do follow us through. That's what I was mixing up in my head earlier. I knew there was some difference between the hatches and the stairs, but also one way that they acted consistently in the same. So it seems like they might not take quite as long to hop up and down, but enemies do follow us, which is good to note. Let's try this again, shall we? I don't know why I'm trying this again now that I've given it even an iota of thought, but as long as we start running away early enough, should be okay. Let's take a peek at our map here. Where are doors open versus where they close? Cool. Oh, right, and close the door. That's the way we deal with the dragon. Ooh, jeez Louise. It's not out of the trouble yet, as it were. And it's not a good sign to struggle on a dragon, so just because we'll be facing a whole bunch of these in the coming times. Okie dokie. How do we get through the rest of this little rut that we found ourselves in today? Orc was Azrael that was the problem, so that's not likely to go away anytime soon. Snake was anacondas, like everything was just too tough for us. Dungeon was pretty much just that dragon, right? Perfect. Let's head back into the thick of things here then. Do happen to have our Sling of Cold equipped and everything for dealing with that djinn, so that worked us out nicely. Switch to our sword, even though, draining is not a great way to deal with you buddies. You are not immune to electricity, so let's go that route, shall we? Perfect, and the shared pain thing that we get from Iskaya mixed with the paralysis there was absolutely beautiful. Can't ask for a more ideal circumstance than that. Okay, let's definitely back up and face these buddies one at a time, though. Jeez Louise. So, just barely, we do manage to continue here, somehow forging our way through the dungeon still. fact, wow, look at all those scraps and things that we've had to leave behind in our panic fleeing. Very classic move on our part. Perfect. And there we go on D14. D15 scares me, because I feel like we're going to get like 3 fire dragons all guarding the depths gate. But hey, guess we just gotta roll the dice sometimes, see how she goes. Ooh, in fact, that's pretty solid even already. Picking up a couple of throwing nets off the floor. What do we wish to throw on the floor in exchange, I guess? Haven't been wearing our Spirit Guardian necklace. Maybe I should be wearing my Spirit Guardian necklace. The Acrobat has saved us a few times with that accuracy, or with that evasion bonus. But if we want a little more help just in the more day-to-day activities here, might be necessary to make some changes. Switch back to our dagger for fighting a Hydra here. Perfect. Even recharging our condenser vein, which is another nice tool for the future. It's been too long since we checked our skills, so we'll pop in here also to recalibrate, make sure we're not missing out on too much. Want to set the skill target on long blades for 14, so I just right clicked on the weapon there and hit the S key for that. And then invocations we could try and get up further. We could switch into some evocations, try and get the condenser vein and the box of beasts and whatnot a little more effective in the long run. Spraying ourselves thin and wide here, but maybe I'll even stop training shields. We're close enough to that cap. I don't think we're missing out on too much. Let's train at least a bit of evocations, up to 8 here at the very least. See if that helps us out at all in some of our current issues in life here. Another ring as well. Let's drop the acrobatic amulet. And would you look at that? We managed to find a ring of armor class. So nice little bonus to our AC there, provided, or which is great, providing the fact that we have such poor defensive abilities so far. And not too shabby, at least thus far on D15. Oh geez Louise, yep. Ready for all that to change. Let's run back. These dang old spiders. Let's see, you guys are evasive. They're pretty easy to kill. So let's, stick to the dagger. Let's maybe get a couple swings in here. Do you kids not poison? I thought that you did. Only when you sting with your tail. Good to know. Well, we're not anywhere near lethal levels there, so I won't worry about it too much. And there we go. Not too shabby. Managed to scrap our way through that one little by little. And there we go. We've confirmed what lies in wait for us guarding the depth stairs, and it is a frost giant. So let's just exclude that doorway, shall we? No reason for us to worry about that nonsense, and instead, let's just enjoy exploring the rest of the level here, shall we? Oops, let's run back into the hallway for easy escapage, as it were. And not too bad. Got through to the paralysis and whatnot there, as per usual with Uskaya. Ooh, and finally, we find ourselves our first magic helm as well. I sure hope it looks as good as the one that we were wearing. Honestly, first instincts were that I don't love the helmet, but it does match the armor. So there is that to account for and keep in mind. What does it even do? It's a +1 helmet. Okay. Wasn't even paying attention to what it is. That was completely irrelevant to me at this stage in the game. It's all about the fashion. Wonder why we're dying. Having so many troubles. Couldn't possibly be that. But okie dokie, that is the rest of the dungeon explored through. In short order here, we are definitely looking a bit stronger. We've gained some AC since we started this final little leg in the journey. Also gained a lot of evocables and stuff. So I do think that leaves me in a better spot at the very least for taking on some of these conflicts. It just becomes a question of where do I wish to go? We could try Orcish Mines, see how a fight with Azrael goes for us. In fact, maybe if we, what's the best way for me to do this? If I use the G, find Orcish Mines 0. No, that's not how this works. Well, let's head there, shall we? Regardless, I do think I stand by this decision. Man, now what? I really want the orc shops, but that Ifrit, buddy, exactly, is a rough one, for sure, don't get me wrong. I wanted to come to Orc here to just peek down, get a second look at the stat screens here. Like, all that fire damage, and specifically the damnation as well, is absolutely brutal. The advantages we have here are the Sling of Freezing, and now we have like Condenser Vein and whatchamacallit, Phantom Mirror and whatnot, so maybe we can try and throw at everything at once, even reach into some of our tiny stock of consumables if necessary. If he's standing right next to me though, like, come on, what have you been doing with your life, Azrael? You have nothing better to do but just hang out at the bottom of the stairway for hours and hours waiting for my tiny ass? No, I'm sure he's not waiting down there. How much RF can we get right now? That's a good point. Let's do a quick find of RF plus, shall we? Could buy, yeah, protection from fire ring, even though getting to the shop that sells this might be a bit of an adventure in its own right. So I don't know about that one. So it might just be the one pip, which is not fantastic. It's very much a hurling everything at the wall, and that's why I was very much considering tossing out some of our consumables here just to push past this buddy. Hopefully the shops that we find in Orc can refill some of that as well. That'd be ideal at the very least. Let's try it out. Find out where this sucker is. The -4 int RF ring is perfect. It is indeed, but unfortunately already wearing it here. But no, it is pretty awesome for sure. And exactly, if we didn't have that, then this fight would be in no way a potentiality. But as is, let's copy Azrael. His fire stuff shouldn't deal damage to himself, but I'm hoping maybe my Azrael can get some damnation going. If you could be so kind, buddy. But regardless of that, let's also do Box of Beasts. Oh my gosh, he also did do it. Oh, you're a treat and a gem, my Azrael. Okay. What do we do here? Probably take out the fire elemental first, just so we're not taking extra fire damage. Oh, you're resistant to electricity if I had to guess. Unfortunately, it does seem to be so. Sword time. And you know, if we're lucky here, piety might work out for us as well. Never mind. If we kill the last surviving enemy, oh dang it, damnation is gonna come down on us. Yeah. Do that? Okay. Potion of Might. Then. I still believe, even though I shouldn't. Why do I still believe? Azrael. 1 will. 1 evasion, 2 AC. Decently low health. Condenser Vein is still available, so we'll definitely pop that bad boy. Are you resistant to negative? You are immune to negative. Fantastic. Love to see it. Okay. Even pulling out all the stops here, this is turning into more of a knockout, drag out fight than I was intending. Scroll of Summoning is gonna have to happen here. That stone giant, please get in here, buddy. I can't take another damnation like that. I guess speaking of damnation like that, what's our best bet to survive even just one more of those? I don't think Ambrosia heals me enough. Ambrosia curing combinations do get some health back. I guess, oh right, we still have our mana pool as well, thanks to Guardian Spirit. I feel like you're just gonna call Damnation again. 3d20. It's just gonna kill me, bud. Not that I have much hope there, right? If he's gonna hit me with irresistible damage, he's gonna hit me with irresistible damage. Couple of thoughts here before we commit to anything is the fact that we have some nets. I do believe that nets will get us through, or will prevent Azrael on a chance basis, prevent Azrael from trying to cast spells. Instead, he'll try and escape the net, so that could mean something. Also, just saw the suggestion for line pass in here, so let's see. Passes through a contiguous line of creatures at superhuman speed, ending up in a new location. Any creatures pass through this way will be confused. Oh, would you look at that? I actually was not aware that that confused enemies. That's useful. Let's do that. So we confuse him, then we step away so that we don't get accidentally slashed at. Really, it only lasted one turn. Dang it. Oh, I had such hopes and beliefs for that. Maybe I should have stayed there and just tried to use that combination of Ambrosia and Curing to maybe make our way past it. But it's still something, honestly. And now, do I just go for the kill maybe? Hope against hope? Don't damnation me. Don't you dare. Baby. Okay. Chance to hit with the sword. It has a 15% chance to evade our sword. What's your chances of hitting with this? 10% chance to invade? Slightly less chance. I'll take that as odds. And there we go. Okay. Stupidly taking a fight that we in no way needed to. But kind of nice to take out Azrael. Free up some access to Orc 2 here. Oh wow, even a potion of curing. Repaid. How generous of the map here. But those sweet, sweet shops have just been waiting for us. So do a quick finish of the remainder orcs. Of course, no guarantee that we do take out everything here, seeing as how there's still more demons coming from above. Unfortunately, who knows what other toughies we might run into. But let's check this out, shall we? General store, the +7 ring mail of agnosticism. Resist corrosion, dex -4, and see invisible. But +7 ring mail, that's pretty solid. A nice boost for us. What else at our disposal here? Not a whole lot. Scroll of Identify if we really want some more of these potions. And Spindart are also helping me out with the line pass to mention that it lasts based on invocations, which is good to know as well. So yeah, I definitely do not have enough Uskaya experience, but slowly but surely, it's figuring out some of the mechanics at play. Okay, I'll buy the Heal Wounds potion, and probably buy a Haste potion. Maybe not. See what the other 2 shops are, because there are up to 4 shops in this place at least. Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry, I regret all my mistakes, or all my choices. Never popped in like that. No, in all seriousness, no, not too shabby. Could all of you please come this way? You could be so kind, thank you very much. Oops, let's go back to hiding around our corner here. It's actually pretty good anti-smite territory. Never mind, they just snuck around. Don't you hate it when the enemies are actually smart enough to take basic steps to get around obstacles. You hate to see it. So let's instead bring all you buddies here. Much better. At least there are no pole arms to deal with, so nobody's poking on through their buddies or anything ridiculous like that. Not too shabby. Getting a good paralysis moment there. Unfortunately, kind of wasting it, I think, in terms of targeting. Also, making sure to kill the sorcerer so that the mutator summon gets destroyed as quickly as possible. Fun, another orc priest. As per earlier, hide around the corner, making sure that we don't get smited incessantly at the very least. And, ooh, that's a pretty sweet situation. The orc priest actually just fighting us mono there. I'll take it. And, you know what? A couple more retreats should do the trick. Oh gosh, no, the Nethack is the one that followed behind. I was hoping that we'd just have to fight the orc priest. Oh no. You're brainless. That's not great. I think that means this ring has got to come off. Back in the day, that would have been an instant death, which is fun stuff. Fortunately, that hasn't been a mechanic in quite some time here, so just have to deal with a few moments of being completely brainless, and then we're okay to keep moving on. Managed to remember to breathe, or how to breathe, just in time. Love to see it. Perfect. Oh gosh. Wait, why so many orc priests, man? Change my mind. We are running. Jeez Louise, that is a pain in the butt for sure. Not a horrible place to have to fight them, at least just because of the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of distance between them and us, so we maybe could have jumped in and started swinging, but I did not want to be taking smites from 4 directions while constant deluge of demons and poltergeists poured through on top of us. So let's take the safe road here, split them up, and then we can even split them up further using the wonderful magical power of the stairway as depicted in the DCSS universe at least. Not too shabby. Even a stone giant. I guess we did get lucky enough to sneak up on them, but even take one of those buddies nowadays, eh? Not too shabby. I'm proud of that one. What the heck? Who has a poisonous? You have a poisonous thing, you son of a gun. Well, as soon as the priests appear, you know the drill. We just start run away right there. Also, I should keep running because we're almost lethally poisoned and we don't have a lot of curing at our disposal, do we? No, we are up to 4. Maybe I should have finished the fight while we still had the health to do so. Alas, here we are. Running again. Something that has become all too normal in the life of Hal here. Just trying to keep track of where we are on the mini-map. What do I wish to do with you, sir? Again, because of my mistakes in running away, we're now so close to death. When, if we'd just fought this buddy, killed him, probably would have been okay. We would have had the leeway, the extra room, wiggle room of all that poisoned HP. But still might be doing okay. They're at least like half an energy behind rather than right on top of us, or half an energy ahead. Oh, dang it, I got excited there that we might escape. We're so close. Let's go for it. Oh, unfortunately. No gap. Maybe if we pillar dance here, we'll get a gap right on the stairs. One of the most classic strategies in DCSS. One that I actually try to avoid for the most part. I'm not a huge fan of pillar dancing, but hey, We do what we must to survive, especially on the luckiest unlucky halfling in the world. Okie dokie. There we go. Dang it, I think we gained a space there and then lost it just due to some pathing stuff. Unfortunate, but that's okay. And now back to doing a little bit of math. 25 damage plus the +3 battle axe of venom. That's going to be probably a solid 35-40 damage. Still have 40 health. Oof, now we're looking back in scary territory. We're so close. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, we managed to kill them. We're just barely not lethally poisoned. So let's run away. Down to 6 health with that. Jeez. Of course, not a concern in my mind. Absolute breeze so far. Continuing to go through here. Not even a bit scared. But... oh, fantastic timing on the paralyzed there. Love to see it. Managed to take out the demon spawn just in time, and... jeez Louise, there we are. At the end of it all, finally. Absolute chaos. Wow, the +8 Wrath of Trog. I don't know if I've seen this Unrandar in person before. That's pretty awesome. Love all the more themed magical items in the game. All a lot of fun for sure. And a gadget shop on the other end of things here, also not fantastic for us. We'll spend money on Wand of Acid charges because those have gone a long way in the past and will continue to do so. But otherwise, it's going to be back to the distillery, buy some heal wounds potions, haste potion maybe. Could buy more curing, I guess, if we really wanted to. Why not? We'll buy a couple of those. They're pretty cheap. Pick up those bad boys, see how long those consumables last, how quickly we manage to spend them all up. But okie dokie. Orc finally through and through, completely cleared. I guess one last thing, once we do just make sure that we finish exploring, perfect, we'll do a Control F on the ground, see if there are any nice treasures that we've left lying around casually here. But it does not look like we've missed out on too much. Which is perfect. Okie dokie. Managed to fight our way through Orc at the very least here. What is next for us? For the great Halfling here. I want a rune in my heart of hearts. Before we end tonight, I want at least a rune, but don't want to push myself into a quick or stupid death either. So our options, the way that I see it right now, are that we could attempt a little bit more on the S branches. We could go all the way back to layer 6 and just clear out the final vault, see if we get anything run changing there. Elf. How do I feel about Elf? I guess they're all kind of squishy. That part's at least slightly better than a lot of these other places where we're dealing with just high AC enemies, even just relatively high AC enemies, relative to our tiny daggers that we use for the most part. But we're better with the sword now. We're down to a swing per turn, which is nice. Even slightly faster than that, 0.9 sometimes. So that in its own gives me some small degree of comfort, some small level of assurance that I'm going to do my best to ignore, of course, because confidence is a slow and insidious killer and all that. But let's see. Let us head back up to, for this one, let's go swamp. I wanted to take a peek down the stairs, just remember what exactly we left behind, what we were running away from. Right, that would do it. 7-headed Hydra? Indeed, a 7-headed Hydra. Indeed, indeed. Okay. Turns out we made probably a good decision, staying away from here for now. Do I want to, like, really bulk up? Just before running down or something like that? It'd be a waste if the Hydra has moved, is the only unfortunate thing. Drink a haste potion, drink a might potion, come down screaming, and there's just nobody there waiting for us. Be kind of embarrassing. Let's try it out. Maybe I'll even just bring you upstairs with me, hey? Yeah, let's do that. Bring Buddy upstairs. Apparently our riposts dealt pretty nice damage, surprisingly enough, but if we swing with this blade, we will cut off some heads, which is no good. So let's switch to our electric brand dagger and see how the first couple of stabs go at the very least here. Not too bad, but also not too great. A little sketchier than I would like, and there we go. Through the 7-headed Hydra. Perfect. Let's see now if the Goliath Toad on their own is quite as scary of a force as they once seemed to be. I do hate the Foxfire Spirits there. And a Bunyip is impossible to run from, so I sure hope this fight goes well, too. But it turns out to be the case, not too shabby. Let's finish off our healing upstairs, and we can chase down the Will-o'-the-Wisp here. Perfect. Intelligence has fully returned, so we can guilt-free go back to wearing our fancy rings and whatnot. Also, fantastic timing on the stun there. Saved my life, probably, even. But this time around, I'm going to switch to the sling and see how that does on fighting the Hydra. It's honestly kind of hard to tell how it compares to the last. Oh gosh, we're confused and the husk is coming towards us. Because I'm not wearing my ring of resist poison anymore. Right. Fantastic. Let's drink a potion of curing. Immediately get confused again. That makes sense. I'm still standing in the cloud here. Can I change my rings while confused? I can. Oh, that would have been nice. I should have done that. Well, let's hope that blast doesn't kill me. It will bring all kind of trouble down on our head, I'm sure. Yep. Fun stuff. Okay, so we're slightly slow in water, and we have this harpoon buddy causing us problems. We have 1 scroll of fear left. That probably saves us here. What else do we have for options? I was moving a little too quickly there. And in my haste, probably got down a bit too low here as well. Into the danger zone, as it were. I think I could die in one hit, unfortunately. If you harpoon me and you hit me in the same turn. So let's do it. Fear scroll. We're sprinting for the exit. Oh man. It's not a great sign. When you're using consumables to get through like every single encounter, not a great sign for sure. But let's see. Is there anywhere else that we would wish to take this on the road? Anywhere that feels a little bit safer? I mean, part of the whole issue that we got into there was just wearing the wrong rings, unfortunately. Because we probably shouldn't have been in quite as dangerous of a situation in the first place, but all is fine. Let's pop down. I'm going to try and take out the harpoon buddy from a distance. Wait, why did you switch targets, you dum-dum? There we go. Kill the swamp worm. Make sure we get that out of the way. Just because harpoons, while not being the most damaging attack that the enemies will send down upon us, it does cause positioning issues, which is probably one of the most important factors in the game as a whole. There we go. And thanks for the nice save, Railbird, even though I definitely don't fully deserve it here, seeing as how probably just shouldn't have gone myself into the situation in the first place. But still just managing to hold on by the skin of our teeth, and that's all it takes to a certain extent. Just have to hold out long enough. And eventually, we shall be victorious here. Because really, the only goal of the game is not dying. Everything else is kind of secondary. Oh, dang it. Get away from the trees. That's an absolutely horrible ability. Bunyip is now on the other side of us too. Oh man, I'm gonna read a teleport scroll just to get the heck out of there. And I am totally fine and dandy with that. What are the scary faces on the trees that are only sometimes there? So the Spriggan Druids have an ability that they enrage the entire forest around us, so we're actually going to get hit by any trees we're adjacent to. They deal a whole lot of damage too, so that's why in that last little encounter before we teleported, we made sure to step away from the trees, because the trees are part of the danger here for sure. But we managed to get out of that one with a single teleport, so I'll definitely take that. Head back to the entrance, and there we go. This is what we want. Bringing monsters to the entrance to Swamp, where we can safely fight them one by one, as we slowly but surely run out of turns for the Zot clock. On what is weirdly the slowest run I've done. Normally my Halfling hunters aren't too bad speed-wise. In fact, oftentimes they'll be faster just because you're spending less time chasing down enemies if you're fully resorting to using your sling every which way. But unfortunately, not quite the case today. Those Spriggans are still just wandering around down there. I'm hoping, I want just one of them to notice us, you know? Oh my gosh, it's happening. Yes, just you come this way, please. Perfect, thank you kindly. Now just the bunyip, please. Nope, not two of you. Especially not the shaman as well, because unfortunately with that annoying tree attack, we have to worry a bit too much about position against the druid. But there we go. We got far enough away that even the horrifying shriek of a bunyip wasn't enough to call the druid our way. There we go. Maybe, oh, we got good stun or paralysis off of our god ability that time. Oh my gosh, we've done it. We've killed off all of these annoying buddies here and come across an interesting unrend arts. This is one of the standardized magical items you can always find. It's a holy sword, a Eudemon blade, which is really strong. The only downside to this is the rage effect, but you know, we kind of already dealt with that in our very last run where we finally managed to or not our last run, I should say the last species that we did, where we finally managed to get a win with Draconian. It did involve Leech. And normally Leech's rage ability would get me killed, and that somehow worked. What an interesting conundrum. It is a strong sword at the very least, so it's tempting. As a human fire elementalist of Sifmuna, you usually deforest the swamp with Fireball, doing the Lord's work there. Railbird, keep it up. Keep deforesting the swamps here. We need to make sure that all these beasties are taken care of. Would help my characters maybe do a little bit better to survive. But perfect. We at least finally managed to get through Swamp 1. Not at all difficult, painful, tedious, none of the above. Absolutely beautiful work. And I think I'm going to try the Zealot Blade, at least for a little bit here. I feel like I've gotten some practice with a rage-inducing item, so maybe, just maybe, we can translate that over to not gaining too much of a downside from the Zealot Sword and just taking advantage of the fact that it's a beautiful sword to find this early in the game. Jeez Louise, if we just keep missing with every single attack while we're enraged, that's not a great start. But there we go, not too shabby. But I guess all I was saying is that the fact that the Zealot Blade is at its core just a Eudemon or an Angel Blade is enough to make me want to use it. gets through a lot of the issues that we've been dealing with in the game in terms of not having enough base damage on our weapons, having too many daggers that we've been using. In fact, speaking of which, I'm going to throw away one of my daggers. Don't need that crap clogging up the old inventory anymore. You know, even boomerangs can go. We're never going to train throwing. Maybe I should actually pop in here and officially turn some of these things off, shall we? No random effects ones. Polymorph, I feel like I'm still carrying on me, so we can leave that alone for now. And what was it? Boomerangs. There we go. Okie dokie. Back in it. After you're done with Swamp, every stairs has a straight vector to each other with at least a radius of clear trees from the line of sight. Absolutely love it. Okay, this Hydra. I think I will go for the stab. Come on, please don't wake up. Oh, that's a shame, too bad. We'll still use the dagger for this fight. Make sure we're not adding too many heads to the mix. Perfect. Then we'll switch back to the Eudemon blade, as it were. Okay, let's see how it goes against Enomia? Elinomia? Something like that. Much better than before. And, okay, Nikolai. We have Arlek, I believe, but I always like to double check in here when we come against Nicola specifically. Can be a tougher unique to run into. Okay, that, never mind, worked out fantastically. We even get a +2 Rapier of Electrocution, so I immediately am dropping this dagger for that Rapier. Love to see it. Drop our gloves. Oh, never mind, we're too berserk to take off our gloves. That's fair, that makes sense. Let's try that again now, shall we? Take off our gloves. Put on this nice magical set. There we go. Not too shabby. Looking like a bit of a badass with the Zealot blade in full red as well. Very stereotypical adventure at the very least. Maybe badass isn't quite the right term. But love to see it. Don't love to see us getting enraged every single fight, but hey, we'll take whatever the game gives us. We know the consequences of the decisions that we've committed to here. In that regard, at the very least. Okay, run away. How are we doing? Okay, we can keep adding to Zot time as long as we don't spend too long on any single floor from now on. Donald the Adventurer, eh? It has been a while, my friend. Kite Shield of Reflection. I think this is maybe the first time I've actually run into Donald while playing on a ranged-based character, where I'm actually concerned about reflected missiles coming back at me. But okay, they mighted themselves. That's fantastic. My Wand of Acid is also not doing its effect. There we go. Now we have. Much better. And what else do we wish to do about you, Donald, before you approach? You're mighted, so you're going to be hitting pretty damn hard. Really damn hard. That's what I meant by that, of course. Especially if you haste yourself. Could go for a might here. Try and get some extra attacks or extra damage on our first couple of attacks once he does close the distance here. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more wand charges, even switching down to flame for the last one there. Perfect. And then let's just get swinging, shall we?